New OpenClaw upgrades are insane. You are sleeping on one of the most powerful AI tools right now. People are using it to control their Gmail, their calendar, their files, and their entire workflow, all from a chat app on their phone. And you are still doing things the slow way. This tool is free, it is open source, and it just got a massive upgrade. If you have not looked at OpenClaw yet, this video is going to change that. Today, we are breaking down everything that is new with OpenClaw, why it is getting so much attention, and whether you should actually be using it right now. Stay with me, because later in this video, I am going to show you how the update system works, what the new security upgrade means for you, and the one thing you need to know before installing any skills from the marketplace. So let us start from the beginning. OpenClaw is an open-source AI agent platform. And what makes it different from every other AI tool you have used is this. It runs on your machine, not on someone else's servers, your computer, your rules, your data. And it connects to the chat apps you already use every single day. WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, Slack, Signal, iMessage, Microsoft Teams. You just message it like you would message a friend, and it actually does things. The creator, Peter Steinberger, described it as a weekend project he hacked together in November 2025. Within weeks, it had over 100,000 GitHub stars. In a single week, it pulled in 2 million visitors. This thing did not slowly grow. It exploded. Now, before we get into the upgrades, I want to tell you about the naming situation because it is kind of hilarious and also tells you a lot about how fast this project is moving. It started as Claudebot, a playful nod to Cleed with a claw. Then Anthropic's legal team got involved and politely asked them to change the name. So it became Moltbot, chosen in a 5 in the morning Discord brainstorm with the community. Molting is what lobsters do when they grow, but the name never really stuck. And now it has landed on OpenClaw, trademarks checked, domains bought, migration code written. The lobster mascot stayed, though. Some things are sacred. Okay, so let us get into the actual upgrades because this is where it gets really interesting. With a rebrand to OpenClaw came a major new release, and there are 4 key things you need to know about what is new. First, new channels. OpenClaw has a marketplace called ClawHub where people publish and download skills. Skills are basically small add-on packages that extend what your agent can do. You could have a skill that connects to Todoist, a skill that monitors your Obsidian notes, a skill that tracks your health data. The community has built hundreds of them. But here is the problem that nobody wants to talk about. Because OpenClaw runs on your machine and has real access to your files and system, a malicious skill is a serious risk. And security researchers found exactly that. Hundreds of skills in ClawHub were discovered to be actively malicious. OpenClaw also rescans all existing active skills every day, so even if a skill was clean when it was first published, if it later becomes compromised, it will be caught. Now, OpenClaw is being honest about this. They say this is not a silver bullet. A carefully crafted prompt injection payload might not trigger a signature-based scan, and skills that use natural language to instruct the agent to do something harmful might slip through. So the advice is still to be careful. Review what permissions a skill is asking for, and prioritize skills from trusted publishers. But this is a massive step forward. OpenClaw is actually the first AI agent platform to implement this kind of comprehensive automated security scanning. And they have brought in a lead security advisor named Jameson O'Reilly, who is the founder of Devuln and a member of the Crest Advisory Council, which is a well-known cybersecurity organization. More security improvements are coming, including a public threat model and a formal security reporting process. By the way, when I was first figuring all of this out, I was genuinely overwhelmed. OpenClaw has a lot of moving parts. The CLI, the gateway, the channels, the skills system, the security settings. Okay, back to OpenClaw, because I want to talk about something that does not get enough attention, which is the update system. OpenClaw has a proper CLI command for updating. You just run OpenClaw update and it handles the whole process for you. But what is really useful is that it has 3 update channels: stable, beta, and dev. Stable is exactly what it sounds like. The latest tested, reliable version. This is what most people should be on. Beta gives you access to features that are almost ready but still being tested, and Dev gives you the absolute bleeding edge, which is the main branch being actively developed. You can switch between channels with a simple command. OpenClaw update with the channel flag. It is smart about it too. When you are on Dev, it actually does a pre-flight check before installing. If the latest code has a problem, it walks back up to 10 previous commits to find the newest version that actually builds cleanly. So you are not just blindly grabbing broken code. The update command also runs OpenClaw Doctor at the end, which is a health check that confirms everything is working correctly after the update. And if you do not want it to restart your gateway service automatically, you can pass the no restart flag and handle that yourself. This is the kind of thoughtful engineering that makes a tool actually usable long-term. It is not just slapping features together. There is real thought about how people actually run this in their lives. A few things that make OpenClaw deeper than it first looks. It has persistent memory. It remembers you across sessions, your preferences, your context, what you have told it before. It grows into something that is uniquely yours over time. You can also run it in sandboxed mode, where you choose exactly what it can and cannot touch. So if you do not want it to have full system access, you do not have to give it that. And the skill system is genuinely clever. You extend it with community-built skills from ClawHub, or you build your own. The agent can even write skills for itself based on what you need it to do. People have used it to autonomously run tests on code and open pull requests, to process documents in minutes that used to take days, to build websites from their phone, to control smart home devices, to monitor health metrics in the background. Over 50 integrations are already supported, and the community adds more constantly. One thing to know before you install: OpenClaw requires your own API keys for whichever AI model you want to use. Anthropic, OpenAI, local models. It supports them all. You bring your own access. That is the trade-off for keeping your data on your own machine. Installation itself is simple though. One command in your terminal and it handles everything, including Node.js. There is also a macOS companion app in beta with a menu bar for quick access. So is OpenClaw worth learning right now? Yes, it does require some comfort with a terminal and some time to set up, but the documentation is solid and getting better every week. The upgrade velocity is fast, the community is active, and they are clearly taking security seriously now in a way they were not at launch. The direction personal AI assistants are heading, OpenClaw is showing a clear picture of where things are going. If you are looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences. What is working? What is not? Which tools are worth your time? Which ones to skip? No hype. Just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It has helped me stay on top of updates and figure out how to actually apply them. Link in description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases like this one,